right, so before we begin, I need to introduce you to somebody very special. Someone who has essentially always inspired me to go above and beyond. And many of us who are blessed enough to know this gentleman can agree on a few things. He's strong. He's treasured. He's resilient, observant, but he's kind, and he's so enchanting. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please do me the honor of giving my dad, Rudy Molinar, some high desert love? In 2018, Rudy actually suffered from a stroke. So for those who may not be familiar with what a stroke is, it's essentially when the brain, blood vessels that are on their way to the brain become blocked or they burst. And this results in the brain becoming without the blood it so desperately needs. And according to the American Stroke Association, strokes are actually the number 5 leading cause of death and disability in the United States. Regarding women, 1 in 5 women will have a stroke. But please believe me when I say that it's not my hope to instill a sense of fear into you tonight. Instead, I sort of call on you to be brave as we discuss this. And I do know that that's easier said than done, because being brave is scary. In 2018, I was terrified. I was scared. He was my world and my #1 fan. He was Mr. Google. He was my dad. And I remember thinking, was he going to push through? Or what did pushing through even look like when it came to a stroke? As you can see, he did push through. And he did it incredibly. I remember his surgeon showing my mom, my sister, and I his brain scan. And he made the small joke that my dad had a really large brain. I couldn't wait to tell my dad, Mr. Google, that his world-renowned brain surgeon complimented the size of his brain. I knew he was gonna like that one. It was nice for a moment. He came home, we got to work on his recovery. But after that nice moment, I began to feel a sense of remorse. I asked myself, how could I let this happen to my dad? How did I not know the signs of a stroke? Did I take too long to call 911? How did I fail my dad so astronomically? I was guilty. I asked you to be brave tonight because I asked you to be brave for me. The truth is, I ran away from this conversation on strokes for so long. How to spot them, how to prevent them, how to deal with their impact because I was ashamed. I felt like I could have done more. But the truth is, embracing what happened to us as a family is the only thing that's really allowed me to embrace emotions of gratitude, understanding, and eagerness to get up here tonight to present Act Fast, a love letter to my father. So tonight, we're gonna act fast. I mean, this is Ignite, right? Acting fast includes face drooping. Are the arms weak? Is the speech slurred? If so, then it's time to call 911. Remember, the cause is ultimately those blood vessels becoming blocked or bursting, but there are things that can lead to that. Smoking, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, excessive alcohol, lack of exercise, and stress. I know we know nothing about stress, but stress is up there. And I know it's impossible, it feels impossible to keep an eye on these things, but I do encourage you to keep an eye on your blood pressure, that cholesterol, diabetes. Make those healthy lifestyle choices when you can. And take those recommended medications, please, because up to 80% of strokes may be preventable. I know it's scary, and I know it's the last thing on your priority, but it's important, and you're important. And if you know anyone who has survived a stroke of any size, please do me a huge favor and give them some love the next time you see them. Because life after a stroke looks different for every stroke patient. But I do know they share this intense sense of resilience and strength. But I do have to give a shout out to my dad's incredible sources of support. His surgeon, his nurses, his caseworkers, his former colleagues, my sister, my husband, but most of all my mom, who stood by his side every single night during his hospitalization. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a nurse, but I am a proud daughter of a stroke survivor. And rather than feeling overwhelmed by emotions of guilt or shame, I feel overwhelmed with love and gratitude for my family. You guys, my dad went on to have incredible memories. He walked me down the aisle. He watched me graduate. He went to Disneyland. He goes to the gym with me every night. It's been a blast, as you can see. So Dad, from all of us, from our entire family, thank you for pushing on, and thank you for keep going. I love you. As you can see, my dad, with his big brain and his even bigger heart, pushed through. I know I asked you to, act fast, but I want to remind you to live and to love slowly, because there are so many memories that are waiting to be made. and you deserve it. So please take your time with your life and give yourself the love and care you need and deserve. Thank you for hearing us out, and thank you for acting fast with me tonight.